Welcome everyone. I guess Elden Ring back for another round. I guess. So, uh, with this one, I have mods on. Uh, so what I've done is basically made myself everything I need at the beginning. Going kind of a samurai kind of build. All the stuff. I have a couple of throwables. I'm using. I always forget I have them equipped. Currently, I have level 353. I'm going like fake kind of deal. So this I can do a little bit. This I do a little bit. So I put fire as an extra war on here. My spells are this is going to be my main weapon there in case I have to get nasty. Takes some damage. My twin blade is going to be for like bosses that just with that I can like double hit. That's why I love the twin blades. I'm setting all this up for this character to go to the DLC because I want to get the twin blades off the night boss there, which has like the best weapon in the game, me personally. I haven't really explored a whole lot with this character, so I got all the weapons, I got all the armor I currently want right now. By the way, my summons, I have Ola, Mimic Tier, and Black Knight Teach. So I'm all set to go. I want to get through the main game as quick as possible to get to the DLC. By the time I reach the DLC, I want to be at least 600 level. Because the DLC is a pain in the ass. Main game, those that don't know, I have beaten it. Beaten the main game on Xbox 9 times, various different classes. It's really so 9 times I beat it on Xbox, various different classes. Most of it was at the end of it all with the main game. Pretty much going either like full caster or just right your face melee. Twin blades primarily. DLC I've beaten twice. And game. That's why I think, for anyone going into the DLC that playing Shadow of everything, it needs to be very, very high level because it's as hard, if not harder, than the main game. Especially the bosses. They're a pain in the ass. You think the main game has to be good stuff. DLC has it. I'm not sure. It's just a lot. So it'll shrink me back. So my main goal right now is to explain this to get through the main game bosses. Get as close as I can. DLC treating all the beasts. I know it's been a while since I played. Remembering names and what was I recommend it if you are playing this for the first time. I don't care. I'm just going to take Margaret on you, but I'm not even going to summon anyone. Like I was saying, this is loud. Yeah, my headphones anyway. If you're level 80, you can kick his ass. 60, yeah, you can still do it. The main thing with Margaret you gotta watch out for is obviously when he jumps in the air, but that's telegraphed, so you could really dodge out of the way of that. So he's on a. I'll show you from here. But watch where you're, because it's a small area. So when you're playing the game for the first time, and I did this myself, you're gonna fall over the cliff and die because he kind of forces you that way. That's why you saw him get to the edge there, and he's trying to lure me over. I wasn't buying it because he'll knock you off. He likes to do that. When he gets to his second phase, he's going to use his hammer more, and he does throw projectiles in there. If you're using a summon, you want a summon to basically distract him while you hotshot at him. But Margaret honestly is like a lesser boss. He can be tough if you're not ready for him.
Come over here,
And
would you?
yeah, that's really all the advice I can give. By the way, don't go through the front gate. So that dude there, when you talk to him, he can open that front gate over here, and you could go through it, but you're gonna get bombarded by people shooting at you and all kinds of shit. So the easiest way or the longer way is this way. So safer route is this way. Now, I have gone through the gate a few times and I got pummeled, but that's because I'm nuts. Alright, so the bird up here. There is another bird if you go kind of around this area. It swoops down at you. So just head this way and you'll avoid it. Now there's a bunch of guards up this way going inside the castle area. I'm just avoiding picking up stuff. Suck at rolling, I'm just telling you that right now. I just basically go for it. So you basically need a key. What I love about this weapon, or any of the fire weapons, when you kill them, they were kind of like doing the animation that they're on fire. It's really cool. So you need to go in here and you need to get a key. There's going to be a surprise bad guy in here. He's like a banished knight. He's annoying. See this in here as I think it's the dagger talisman, or no, claw. It's the claw talisman, I think. It basically helps you with like claw attacks. Don't take my word for it. Play the game. But normally I go around and I pick up. My outfit just looks like someone flew up on me. It does. Oh, okay. Where's the door? There's the door. Let's make armor. Okay, so the key I picked up is for this door over here, which is the only way you're going to go through this area. And you go up here. I play this game so much of like where items are and everything, I basically remember where they are, but again, I sometimes have to look up stuff because I'll forget. Like roll. This guy's gonna try and take you out from behind. Banished Knights can be annoying. They push you away and with their whirlwind stuff, and you're like, hey, that was the halberd. What armor? What halberd? Eventually, I'm gonna change my armor. I'm not satisfied with it. I'm gonna go to this race point here. Drop off the halberd and change that out. These are all the talismans that I started the game with the mod. The mod is called Grand Merchant. So essentially, what you have to do is you start the game. You get the Carle, the first vendor at the church, and you basically have to purchase the crafting kit from him. And then once you've got the crafting kit, then it has all the items in the main game that you can select and choose from to take with you. That's really up to you on like if you want to play it that way. I've beaten this game a bunch of times, even on Steam, so I'm just like trying to fast track through this game because I really want to get to the DLC and beat that. Again, I've only beaten the DLC twice. I like the DLC, but there's some bosses that I absolutely dread. And I think the Sentinel Worm boss is overdone in this game. They have too many locations with that Sentinel boss. The main game, I still hate the Fire Giant with a passion. I think he's my personal pet peeve boss. The Godskin duel, not so much anymore because I don't lock onto them. Me personally, if I don't lock onto either of them in that boss fight, I can win with the summons. If I summon my summon and I get to the entrance with the other summon, it's pretty much a quick work of those two, where they have like the one health bar. I'm not going to fight Michelania in this one because she's a pain in the ass on all levels. There's some bosses I'm going to skip. I'm not going to go into every single cave or anything like that. So yeah. So, over here. Gotta make sure that I land this properly or I just fall my head. Yeah. Jump down here. Jump down here. I haven't eaten today and my stomach is just growling. I don't want to care. I do like the Banished Knight armaments. They're pretty sweet early on. Eventually, though, I'm going to get the DLC. There is a set of armor that you get early. That's as far as weapons go, this is it. Except for the twin sword blade I get from the knight. The weapons I have is better. There's a part where yeah, you probably seen it, the shack area, where I picked up that one seed. So there's at the beginning of the game, there's a girl there. You talk to her back and forth, and she ends up in a castle, a roundabout castle, where she basically can spirit to your spirit summons. So if you don't get to her before that, there's like a book or something. I can't remember. Like I barely do this that sort of quest. There's like a item here that will get her to go to castle or something. But normally I bypass that and just go directly to her at the shack and talk to her and unlock her. There are quests in this game, but I don't bother with them. I've done a few, but they're honestly there's this fat boy over here. You have to be careful with him because he actually can run pretty fast for a big guy, and his axe is dangerous. So we go down here, all the way down. Follow the path. You will eventually run into the Sentinel Worm boss. You get a golden seed from him if you kill him. I don't need it, so I'm off to fight Godfrey, the second boss of this castle, which I should be fine destroying. Godfrey is a little more tougher than Margaret, the first boss I killed, because he likes to move around a lot more. He has a jump in the air attack. The second phase, he rips his arm off, and he basically uses dragon head to burn you with. But if you're kind of like dodgy, and if you're really good at shield, which I'm not, you can basically like have your way with them. So I just wanted to show you all I showed you my spells, but I don't have any sorceries as of yet. I don't know if I'm going to get any. I think I'm going to use my twin blade for this to make it a quick battle, but I am going to use the summons. Skip the cutscene. And we're going to use Olog. Let's see what he does. not gonna die with the display. He reached his second base. Damn it. Run in with one to avoid the fire. I think
We have returned together
Dodrick, not
to our
Godric.
home,
Says name wrong the first
bathed
time.
in
Dodrick.
rays of
This boss fight.
gold.
I think that like the combination of being in space and you know, having a potent weapon, you're gonna have a good time with it. He's not totally hard. For recommendation of what level you should be against him, I think you're gonna be fine, 80 or above. Like I said, I mean his worst attacks are like his whirlwind jumping around deal, and then his axe pound. So honestly, the first two bosses in the game are the easiest ones. Once you kind of figure them out. But trust me, there are bosses in the main game even that are a pain in the ass to deal with. So pick up the eyeball. I honestly don't know what the hell the eyeball's ever done. So I think it's just a lore item. Here. I've already unlocked this race here, so now you come down here. So there's a church. There's a sacred, what do they call it, sacred here. And you talk to this guy. He does have like Brimstone Pebble spell, and I think one other spell. Uh, Once you get the academy key, you come back here, you can give it to him, and that's kind of a quest thing. I don't bother. Over here, so there's a graveyard. You go up here, follow the path all the way to the right. There is a gravestone with a spell book there that you can give to, you know, the then sorcerer spell book, or even the sort of faith incantation vendor. It'll open up more things you can buy. But I already have it, so I don't need it. So I come all the way down here. You can. There are skeletons in that graveyard that do drop scythe. So if you want a scythe weapon, have at it. It's a low percentage drop, but I've gotten it every time, so I'm gonna go all the way down here, skipping all the guys. Yeah, I honestly don't have to fight every bloody thing in this game. Most of the wounds you pick up will be from boss fights. Um, so if you're gonna like practice your shit, I recommend the gate front. Okay. So the gate front is that area with all these little night guys and everything. This is the best place, at least for me personally, to practice my spells, my summons, see what the summons do, see the damage output of my weapons, and stuff like that. So I've always used that area to, like, as I'm building my character, to see like what spells work, what spells are better, what spells are, or what incantations work, and so on and so forth. And then damage output that the bad guys are doing to me. So I can gauge the armor and what works. Because some armors have more resistances to physical attacks, and some armors have magical resistances, and so on and so on. So the current one I have on now, um, so for 4-7, so your main one is going to be your chest plate, which is decent. So you kind of want, if you're going like melee, you want obviously armor like this, where it's like high, like heavy. You're gonna be encumbered. Um, so the mod I have on currently gets rid of my encumbrance, which is so good. Because I always had to fight with encumbrance when I started wearing heavier armor, and then I had to drop some weapons because they were too heavy, and it was like such a pain in the ass to get my endurance all the way up. But this mod has kind of took that headache out. But I'm going to tell you right now, the heavier the armor, obviously, the more you're going to be encumbered, and the more your roll will suffer, your defensive roll. So just be aware of that. You want to kind of go between medium to light armor ish for protection, um, especially if you're doing melee straight in the face of the bosses and everything. I mean, that's advice I can give, I guess. Um, if you're going like light armor, it doesn't protect as well, but you move fast. So if you want like a speedy, rolling a lot more defensively, then yeah, light armor's fine. Like the black quiche armor set's really good. I often go, if I'm going like straight melee, I go for the either the Banished Knight or the one of the Sentinel Knight guy armors. There's a really good set. I think it's called Tree Sentinel Armor, and I think it's in the Hero's Grave, um, like dungeon, and you'll have to look it up. But Tree Sentinel Armor is one of the better ones for that heavy armor stuff. Um, and again, this is all main game, not talking about DLC. DLC has like a whole crap ton more of heavy armor and stuff like that. But anyway, so here's a vendor where he's got some arrows and stuff like that, but I haven't shit from him. So right now I'm going got these like creatures that find it like these split for some reason. Right now, like Torn is not. He's just getting his ass kicked. Yeah, you can see his calls like that. It's like you can pick up ruins of like 200 ruins each. It does add up. You just gotta house them for quite a while. Where the fuck is it? There it is. really want to open this map up so I can see where I'm going to the academy, which is the next location I have to go to, which has the next boss that I have to go. Now, this area can be tricky, as you see, with all those guys that can shoot stuff. And the main antagonists here are these stupid crabs that have pinpoint accuracy with their supercharged spin. So you want to kind of try and avoid them as best you can. Unless you get the drop on them. Well, you have like other things you gotta worry about. Crabs there. Well, that's one thing, like, I wish Elden Ring had a quest tracker. I don't understand why they didn't put one in the beginning. Like, it's just basically a new game. It's like you're on your own, you don't have any trackers, you don't have any markers, you're just mowing. Quest trackers would be nice out of everything else. You didn't really get any in Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 either. It would be nice to have like quest trackers, kind of like not so much like giving away where you gotta go, but pointing you in the right way or whatever. Normally I'd be like, going in every cave and exploring everywhere, making explore that way. Trying to get to the west side. That's there's a crowd. Right there. They suck. They're killable, but they suck. There is it's called Academy Quarter, I think, is the name of the location. It's around here, and there's a chest in one of the sections there for the frost. It's like a frost axe. You pick that up, and then it's ash of war that's attached to it. Basically, gives you a frost stomp where you hit the ground and the ice goes all over the place. It's a cool early weapon. I'll let you figure out where it is. Here. So this area here is where a dragon's laying down, and the academy key is right beside him. So, yeah. Otherwise, you can't get the way forward. I'm not gonna fight the dragons. Lightning bolt. So might fight him. Just to make some of this problem out of him. Okay. Of course I am. Hill. We're going to use that a lot, actually. I think you're not limited to how many markers you can have now, but usually I think the most I put down is like 4. Only because like here. Excellent. I've never been like 100% Dark Souls player. I'll be you know. And it's frustrating as it had so many options. You're kind of like open world. You kind of like level yourself up as you go and learn how to fight. Especially the boss characters so get good at it. I'm still terrible at holding shield blocking, but still it helps you kind of learn how to become good, right? I am still a noob by even beating this game a lot of times because I just rush the enemies and all that crap. So, I think I'll fight So normally that's how I beat him. With that dragon anyway, I with the base, which helps lightning works the best on him, I find. It does significant damage normally. So, yeah. All right. Entrance of this place. I haven't really like opened up any bases in this area. So sometimes I find the entrance way really quick. So for that fire. Way all around. I think from the main game, in talking about favorite boss fights, I think I really like and still to this day, I like the Blood God Mog, whatever. The main, you fight him twice. One is in an underground area, but I don't often go for that one. And then there's the main Mog fight, or I don't know how to pronounce his name. Which is in a kind of the Blood Lake area. That's where you fight the main one, and you need to kill him to get open up the DLC part. Yeah. So we'll come back here and we'll go that way. But I also need to go start picking up the medallion because I don't have one of them yet. I'm going to take out this boss first. I think I'm only going to go an hour with this one video because I got things on here. This area could be a pain. Don't let those guys start wailing on you because they can, especially if you get surrounded by a bunch of those guys, they can take you down pretty fast. One on one, they're not so bad. These aren't the archer ones, though. The archer ones are more annoying. Just shoot multiple arrows at you. So this is what I'm talking about here. This area sucks. So you got a couple of those. See, there's like the one dead guy there, but there's like a couple that are hiding in the bushes that just basically come out and almost every time attach to you and take away half your health, especially your meat. So again, get close. There's a whole like thing down there, area, but one tree shield, so sucks. I'm just gonna like there is a sub boss guy up here if you go all the way up the stairs. There's like a that's great. Staff. I think that's just. Usually I sneak backstab before someone runs. Yeah, I'll give us a one honestly, with this boss, even in normal circumstances, if you're powered up enough, he's he has he has good attacks. He's got like the jump kind of slash with the blade in his mouth. And then he has basically like he summons like these daggers that shoot at you a bunch of times. And he is fast. But if you use like if your weapon's high enough, you shouldn't have any issues with it. At this point, you reaching this area, you should be probably 100 something. Pretty much like there's a whole bunch of stuff you can pick up and items and stuff around. To your left, to go up there, go around and all rooftops and stuff. This academy does have a lot of useful items. Blind to explore. But I am not. It's not this time. more boulder coming down at you here. Whoa. Now this guy in here is a pain in the ass times 10, especially if you're low level, because he blocks a lot of stuff. He heals himself, and he has this attack that automatically hits you, lifts you in the air, and pretty much like siphons your life. He is the utter piss off. This guy with low level. You like try to block my one attack. That sucks to be you because I'm higher level than normal. But that guy there, you have to be cautious with. Because he could be he's not even a sub boss. He's some main. Alright, so here's like the main boss. She isn't too bad. My recommendation with her is Twin Blade, or you have like fast weapons like daggers. Stick in her face. Which is what I'm going to do right now. Be in her face, especially for her second phase. So her first phase, she's going to have all these like followers around her. You have to like kill 3 of them that have like these shields, which I'll obviously show you. Sometimes they can hide them pretty good. So let's get to it. So that's her first phase. And then you kill the shielded followers, and then she comes down from the sky, and that's when you can wail on her. Gotta be fast because blade, that's what I mean about having fast attacks, because you get her bar all the way down really fast. So she's unable to get the shield back on around her. And then she'll go back up in the sky, and you gotta hit 3 of you gotta like stay right in the face. Usually summons the summon better.
Leave thy night into me.
Me, using twin blades most of the time, she's no problem, and I take her down like that fast, even in normal circumstances, because I'm like already level by the time I reach her. So she's not really a problem for me.
Where did
In the
ye
beginning
flee,
stages, she
my
was
sweetings?
I was
Come
trying to
out
figure out her
from whence
tactics.
ye hide.
You can't let her beat
And light aplenty, dither not.
because she uses all
Come
these like
out, say I,
magical attacks
or
that
will
like
ye be
basically
gravestones?
shoots at you and everything.
Ah, is it thy to become?
So you basically like with your cosmetics. You can change your name, you can change your type, you can change all this stuff. To do that, and then she has a replay. So you get these things called sacred tears, where you can like respec your character if you don't like the way you spec'd it up,
Be not
but
alarmed,
not doing that.
nor afeared.
So
I would
pretty
burn.
much don't need her this entire game. The only times I've really have had to do that is my first time going through the DLC where I was trying like different tactics to try like be the maximum kind of like out damage output I could for the DLC, and I maybe did it like a couple of times as I was going through the main game early on, and it was just getting into the game. But normally I don't respect my stuff. I get like I know kind of like the ballpark of a character that I'm going to be running. So as you can see right here, I'm kind of like doing a mixture of everything with faith, and I'm now getting my faith up. I'm at my max cap of 80. Uh, so there's soft cap, which is 60, and I think what they call it, like a moon cap, which I believe is 80. Because the thing is, if you're leveling up stats here, you get less return past 80, as far as I understand that. But I always like, try to go 80 for all the main stats anyway. I don't put a lot into mine because if I'm able to cast it, you know. So right now, I'm just gonna be like putting points in there if I level up to like faith. Then arcane. Not going for sorcery this time. So that's how one happens. So I think last get to the other side. I need to go start going to get the medallions. So there's one in Caelid, there's one so Caelid you can't see yet, but it's over here. There's a half decent medallion in that area. And if I go all the way down here, this area down Castle Height. Somewhere in this area here, there's a half a medallion there. Because I need both halves to get by. You can't see here because the map's not open yet. There's a lift that brings you to the next another area. And for the DLC, I have to go to Caelid anyway to beat Dawn. So for the DLC, you have to beat Dawn. You have to beat Morg, Mog, whatever. It was, I think, Loretta, or the the chick I just beat at the Magic Academy. I always forget fucking name, but her. So pretty much like all the main bosses, prior to getting to the lift, you have to beat to unlock the DLC. Yeah. So maybe we're gonna just go across here, get to the other side, just so I can have the bracelets there. So that when I do have the two half lift pieces, I can come back here and go to the lift. Pretty much the lift, you gotta follow the path all the way here, like this road, all the way up, all the way across there. You got a bit of ways to go, and then you get to that road. I could play this game for hours, but I've given a break to this game because I just played it so much. Um, but yeah, so the weapons were good until the DLC. Although I'll still probably keep the katana. The only weapon that I'm aiming for in the DLC is the twin swords, which will probably make me drop the twin blades at that point. Because the twin swords are just incredibly powerful for me personally, along with like all my upgrades here. So that's the goal. Well, we accomplished a lot in this video. We killed a bunch of bosses. We killed Margaret, Godric, the Academy lady. I'm not really counting some bosses, but we're on our way up. So yeah, that'll be this video here. Thank you for watching. It's a little different there. I know I'm using mods, but like I said, I've beaten this normally a bunch of times. I just kind of want to chillax, run through of this game, to be honest. Because I pulled many nose hairs out, top of my hair out, I pulled my ears, playing through this game a bunch of times, yelling at the TV. So it's kind of nice to not have to do that. So, have a good rest of your weekend, because that's where we are right now. And we'll catch you in the next video.